inside my ring.
Yeah,
Sure.
everyone get around Fume and come in their ring.
Why does it sound so sexual when you say it that way?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. This is clearly a
Like,
you thing,
come
Joseph.
inside. Quick.
Yeah,
Uh,
she says it all the time. It totally means teleport in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
sure, they all start hurrying inside because they're very gullible. This could still just as easily, from their perspective, this could just as easily be like a, oh, the, these are just more sophisticated robots leading us into a trap.
I mean, the
I mean,
first thing we said to them was, it was really easy for us to get here. You should
yeah,
be more secure.
the these
Yeah,
these
we're the first
I've literally got a list of questions they should be asking anyone before they tell them where their secret hideout is. That I've been trying to like hand off, but no one seems to be paying attention.
to be fair, you only arrived like a couple seconds ago.
Yeah, exactly. But I've been working on the way here, and it's like,
These guys are kind of idiots.
You leave
They-
them alone.
They did sort of. I mean, it's not their fault. They only gained sentience like between a week ago and a day ago.
let's
So, like-
insert everyone into the ring.
Cool. I need to create a map for your ring. For now, I'll just throw them into the void.
Do you have to go in there with them? In which case, Colt would offer to be the one to carry the ring, so that fastest movement speed, etc.
I think so, but then I can come back out without bringing everyone else out, if that makes
Right.
sense.
Right.
But it might be easiest if I hand you the ring and go inside to like keep them calm and try and like train them on how to actually like do espionage.
Yeah.
Cool. They'll hop in the ring.
Yeah, Colt, you can have the thing for a bit.
Nice.
And I'm like, okay, so the first thing you've got to do is start asking questions that are more deep than, do you agree with us? I'm explaining to the people as they're like all trapped inside the ring and must listen to me.
They hang on your every word because they've never been taught anything before.
And I'm like explaining how government crackdowns happen on like freedom fighter groups, and I'm like, you need to avoid these.
One of them raises their hand.
Yes.
What is a government crackdown? Is it anything like a fatberg?
Like a what?
It's like a clump of fat
No,
in the sewer.
no, it's nothing like that.
Oh, okay.
It's
Although
like the
some of them
government
are
sending their
fat.
death. It's like the government sending their death robots to kill you all because you believe in things the government doesn't want to be real.
That doesn't seem very nice.
Yeah, because you're fighting against an oppressive government that considers you as slaves.
What's a slave? And
So-
what's a government? And what's oppression?
I then spend the rest of my time in here until I'm told it's safe to come out. Just
Got it,
explaining
just
what a government
ed-
is.
Educating these people on like things outside of exactly what they need to know to do their job. and
I'm like,
respond to command.
my slides are like Rebellion 101, a guide to installing anarchy.
God, it's worrying how many times you've had to get this out, Fume.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Okay, you teach the robots about anarchy.
And about how to like hold back a fascist technocratic government.
That's fair. That makes sense.
So while
Yeah.
this is happening,
Uh,
where's
roll,
Fume?
roll me,
Where's Colt running to?
roll me a, per- roll me a history check.
Damn
And yeah, give me a history.
You on purpose were like, I'm gonna say a charisma thing, and you're like, no, let's switch to an intelligence thing.
No, they're not rowdy enough for you to need to roll charisma for it to be like useful.
You know what? Fuck. No. Fuck that. It's a good roll though. I'm going to reverse help Fume. In that I'd be standing there, and if Fume said anything wrong, interjecting.
Does that give me the help?
Okay.
Is that the help action?
No. The I think you're giving Fume a distraction? Are
No.
you de-helping Fume?
No. I'm helping them, so
Okay.
either I'm helping them, or so they get advantage, or I do the roll on history, because I'm correcting them on little mistakes.
Sure.
Which do you prefer?
You can have advantage, Fume, because you're still the one teaching.
I was just
How is that worse?
I was just trying to be helpful, because I've got a plus 17, which would have definitely helped you.
Yeah, I'm just on the like I have a plus 11, but I rolled a 4 and a 3, a 4 and a 2.
It just comes all of the students to the robots.
Like
It just
a
comes
15's
across
still
like,
okay.
yeah, you do all right. It just, Sonya chiming in every so often just comes across as like you don't know much about what you're talking about to them, but they're still very impressionable. So you do a good enough job.
Okay, we're gonna go over this again, and this time you're gonna take notes. Everybody, there are notepads and pens sitting behind you on the table.
Oh, they're able to sort of recall everything that you taught them. It's just like not the most accurate information in
Okay,
quotation marks.
I'm gonna ask Sonia to come up and start going through historical examples of governments being overthrown.
I can do that.
And Colt is running away across the city as a bolt of lightning while this is
Yeah,
occurring.
we're just like
Yeah,
we're just gonna get Sonia to use like
Yeah,
actual
where-
examples from history in order to make it more of a practical like idea.
Where you headed, Colt?
Initial thought was just to get out of the city, but at the same time, Colt has no way of knowing what the range is on that psychic field. So him being aware of the fact that that psychic field is a thing. He's one trying to think, positive things in order to like shrug off the aggro, and is also probably going to, because the ship's there. He's probably going to bolt as fast as he can through all of these back streets, because these are all like the slums, aren't they? These like what look like shipping containers, and then zip like back up here to get to the ship.
So you're gonna like zoom around the edge of the city.
Yeah, because he's like if I cut through the middle, I'm probably just gonna walk into a ton of aggro,
And then
or like people potentially finding him. He thinks he can like, if he sticks to the slummier bits, he thinks he can like zip in and out and around places
to be fair,
easier.
only this bit that you're only like this square of the wedge looks relatively run down.
All right.
Once you get out of here, it's not really slums. It becomes more like proper residential housing. I mean,
Right.
there are, you do zip by. I mean, if you can choose to head that way, you would notice that like
He's
there
avoiding
are-
the center. He's avoiding
Sure.
the busiest bits. That's the main thing. Doesn't matter if it's slummy or whatever. It's like, even if it's like residential, he's like, okay, so people are going to be passing through here to go home and such. But hang on a minute, everything's a construct. All of the actual flesh and blood people are home.
I mean,
Well,
you do see people like pottering about the streets. It is hard to know if they're a construct or a person from a distance.
Yeah.
But
The court is like, just get like the refugees. Essentially, what they are. They're not, but that's essentially what they are. Out of Dodge. But again, he doesn't know what the range on this field is. So he's like, "Hey, it can't be as far as orbit." So
sure, you as a bolt of lightning, you race across the city and go to the ship.
doesn't explain it to Ben, but just says to Ben, "We probably should." We like again trying to be like really positive about it. He's like, "Hey, buddy, do you fancy like just nipping into orbit for a bit?" Wink, wink, wink.
He's like, Sure.
You got something wrong with your eye? Do you need like a spray or something?
Nah, all good.
I just need to.
Oh
send
yeah,
off-
I forgot this guy's a thing. What? Oh no, he's multiplying. Why is there two of them now?
That happens sometimes. He's just at that point in his life.
I mean, I was talking about TKO. I was like, oh no, I've just realized there's two of him on the map.
Oh, you don't
And
want
you-
to know how many two of people there are on this map. There's a lot of two of people on this map. There's a large number of Sonyas on this map.
And the problem is you can never know if it is doubles or not.
Yeah, so if we like go into orbit, Colt's just gonna be like, hey, fun fact, there's a psychic field all around there reading people's minds. So yeah, do you have any way of like, detecting or analyzing that? Also
Yeah.
speaks into the ring. Should be safe now.
Are you asking Ben that?
Yeah.
Uh, sure. He would. You're there, and then Sonya and Fume would be like in the ring with you. He's like, oh, like the psychic field that covers the city. I think psychics can sort of set that to private. I think there's like a
Yeah, they said it's a surgery thing.
yeah.
I'm not getting surgery just so I can exist in one city.
I think they make a headband for this.
First I've heard of it.
There's also
They
a
just
ring.
He
I get that, but we don't have that.
he digs around in a drawer for a bit, and he's like, "Oh, I don't have one." That's sad.
But do you have 5?
No. I guess we could go buy one, but probably the closest place to buy one would be back in the city. Or somewhere on the planet. We could go somewhere else to try and find one.
Point is we need somewhere for a bunch of people who are like, lost and confused, but they're getting treated like criminals, and they need somewhere to lay low because I think their little laying low spot just got busted.
Okay, who have you brought?
Again, spoke into the ring. Should be safe now.
I will eject myself and everyone else who's in the ring.
Okie dokie.
Wait a minute, this is a different place.
That's vaguely what a lot of them are saying.
Yes, you
Like-
move to a different place in another time.
Okay, I understand that, but like, we went into a room and then the room was somewhere else, and the room, as far as I'm aware, was not a vehicle.
No, the room is this, and I point at the ring.
It
How does
technically
that work?
is and is not a vehicle.
How does that work? What?
So I am a genie, and I have a space within that ring that is my domain.
Wait. What's a genie?
A genie is a magical being that can grant wishes.
Okay.
You honestly
And
don't know
it's-
what genies are? What?
And is trapped in a object. Usually.
No, that sounds terrible.
And luckily, these people freed me from my terrible situation where I was trapped. And now we're going to free you from your terrible situation where you're all trapped.
Good.
But to do that, you're going to have to help yourselves slightly.
Okay.
Now I'm like, okay. Follow what Colt tells you to do.
Okay. What do we do?
Well, essentially, we should be able to. You guys should be able to lay low here. You're not in the city limits no more.
Okay.
Also, we have a few very technologically minded people on this ship, including a construct like yourselves. Might have some idea as to why this sudden awakening came about. At least better idea than I'd have.
Oh, okay. Where are they?
I'll meet mate on the screen.
They're technically all around you.
Oh, neat. Hello, friend.
I'll meet. Who are these lot? They're constructs like you, except they look more humanoid. You're not replacing me with a newer model, like. I'm not
Are-
having that.
Are hey, dumb question. Are you able to download like combat protocols into the minds of all these like people?
Boy, you best to ask them that. I don't know different now what their hardware is currently.
They give you their specifications. You theoretically could, but then the model of robot that they are is not very well suited to combat protocols. Like, you could, but they're not extremely fat. They're relatively strong and relatively durable, more so than like an
Yeah.
average person.
Like Tiko's construct drone body comes in, absolute unit that it is, and just like essentially like visually checks them out, and it's like, well, you could, but the servos are that weak. There's be little point. They've
Like,
got like knee torque to them.
they're pretty strong for cleaning and stuff, but their biggest issue is they're not extremely dexterous or fast.
They are built to be as strong as like an average person.
They're
Essentially.
they're stronger than an average person, but they're not as like mobile as an average person effectively. You totally could download combat stuff into them. They just wouldn't be like extremely useful.
Yeah, I
You'd
just meant
prob-
for their own self-defense more than anything else. Like, because if they can't protect themselves at all, they won't be able to like get themselves their freedom.
I could download I could upload a like stripped down version of my perimeter defense subroutines into them so that they know how to bonk something with a sword. If I'll help. If they can interact or interface with my hardware.
Yeah, there's a couple of things you can just straight up download into them. You can download like a bunch of basic fighting techniques and stuff into them.
Like essentially proficiency with short swords.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can give them that.
I mean, Ben has files on like basics on punching and kicking and stuff, which can just be put in them. You know, they can do they can wield. You can from the internet. They can basically download like knows how to use most weapons to a rudimentary level, and and knows how to kick and punch. But beyond that, they don't really have any specific techniques, and
yeah. They can
They don't
swing a
actually-
weapon.
they don't actually have any weapons. But they are again reasonably strong.
I've got a reinforced mop.
Yeah.
Well, actually, question. One of the law enforcement ones that I saw down there was able to do magic and pretty strong magic at that. Any of you got anything like that?
No. Wait.
No.
Wait. I do.
I was just gonna say, you're saying the sewer bot doesn't have prestidigitation to clean things?
Yeah, that's what he's got. What?
Yeah.
The latest model comes with prestidigitation. So he's like, yeah,
Okay,
and
that is
clean stuff.
that is at least something. Hey.
Only
Yeah.
one of them is the latest model, though. So only one of them has prestidigitation.
Yeah, but the fact that they can cast prestidigitation at all implies that they have some software
Oh.
slash hardware that is attuned to use the weave or apply like some sort of arcane ability, which means could they not just like upload a cantrip, like a different cantrip, and just
Uh,
using the same software to and utilizing it slightly differently?
I mean, that
the
might be that they've just installed a spell gem within them.
uh,
Prestidigitation.png.
yeah, it's similar to what it is effectively similar to what Andrew says. They basically have spell gems installed inside of them for specific spells
Alright.
that they can
I was
cast.
going to say TQ would check that, but if he then finds that it's a spell gem, he's like, ah,
They
just
also
like,
have
oh, never mind.
they also have little. Also, the magic enabled one does have like a magic like an internal magic generator, just to power the spell gem over and over again.
Or like
Hmm.
you could potentially essentially delete the cantrip and replace it with another, but generally spell gems work like they're like USBs. They can store a set amount of information, and they've got
Ye-
We could,
probably the tiniest USB if
al-
possible.
we
Also,
could replace the spell gem itself.
also the way it is installed, it's sort of hardwired into this one for that. Like you could, if you took the entire robot apart, you could probably like rework it so that you could remove the spell gem and install new spells. But as it's currently
Oh yeah, it wouldn't
designed,
be easy.
it doesn't
How do
really
they,
come apart.
how do they feel about that idea? Do they have like
They're pretty.
the,
That one's like I don't really want to be ripped apart and then put back together. That sounds not good.
take you obviously because he's got like Takeo is much more stereotypical like battle droid robot thing. There's no like facial expressions, but you do notice that he's like leaning over and like looking at them and like checking how strong all of their like different joints and things are and how their arcane systems work. And if one of them, if and or when one of them says that, he just kind of like stands up a lot straighter with like shoulders back, like surprise, like just zit, just stands right up, like as if he's going, "You what?" It's like, what's wrong with these lot? Are you sure they're constructs, not just cyborgs? Like,
No, we're definitely all construct. We're just sort of like we're programmed to like be polite to people, and and people are usually disturbed if like robots rip each other apart and like upgrade each other just wherever. So we know it's normally like most of our responses are generally programmed to be more like negative towards getting replaced.
just
At least like in public.
the blue screen of death. There's just a dunk blue screen. You take your gets that. Shakes it off and he's like, "I'll be I can still upload you some very basic combat subroutines if you like."
I have a
Sure.
question for you guys, just out of curiosity. So
Okay.
let's just assume, because we don't know all the details of what's going on with you. Let's assume that you have gained sentience. How do you feel about that?
A good number of them say I'm scared. Some of them say pleased. Most of them say scared.
Why are you scared?
Well,
it sounds
Now
like
I'm
you fear
getting
the
hunted
unknown.
and I have to leave a place where I was fine before that happened.
I mean, you don't necessarily have to.
Yeah, this is just me bringing you guys here. It's just a temporary thing.
But
Ideally, we might be able to get it sorted out so you don't have to go anywhere at all.
but if we go back, won't we be in danger? Will they hunt us? I just wanted to do my job
I-
before.
Again, like I said, this is temporary. Ideally, we can maybe fix it so that you guys won't get hunted or attacked at all. You can go back to where you came from.
A reasonable number of them are pleased though. Like quite happy to go and explore the universe or like just think independently. But the majority of them are generally just like scared and don't want to be hunted.
Is
And
there a correlation between? Because there's two different ones here, isn't there? There's like the street cleaner ones and the sewer ones, isn't there?
yeah,
Is there a correlation between them, or is it all very mixed?
it's all very mixed.
Right.
Like regular people, they don't really come to a consensus.
Yeah. Just
And
I thought that would be the case. I'm just making sure.
I would like to sort of like give a bit of a rousing speech to talk about how they are totally deserve the rights to do what they want in life, not just what they're programmed to do, and that the way they're being used by people without their own consent and without any sort of pay is just terrible, and they should stand up for themselves at all times.
Ah, that sounds like a dexterity.
One of them. I mean, yeah. Give me a persuasion.
I just want to try and fire them up a bit to make them
Yeah.
like make them less scared and more like
Give me persuasion.
Using your words to instill in them to not be afraid to want
Self-worth.
things.
yeah. Oh my god, why am I so bad at rolling dice today?
All of them are pretty like enthralled by your speech. Although what if a few raises their hand and are like, what if you like just not having to think about stuff? Because that was pretty easy.
I try and explain that like you can still not bother thinking about things while being a free person. Some of us do it all the time.
Well,
It's slightly irresponsible, but you can totally still do it.
okay. Another one
Yeah.
asks, what if you like just doing what other people tell you to do?
Well, then you can still choose to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can still get a job.
like the
Okay.
whole point is you can make a choice to put yourself in a position, but people should treat you like a person with feelings because you have feelings.
Thank you.
You are worthy of being treated nicely by others and not as an object.
No, that's very kind of you. Fume. This one approaches you and gives you a big ol' hug.
I hug them back as support for their moving.
They are very covered in shit.
I'm like, it's fine. I burn off most of it naturally by just being on fire.
It smells awful with the burning shit in this room. But
I
that-
choose not to breathe.
They're pretty pleased though. They like step back in line. They're like, "Thank you."
I didn't give Tico prestidigitation, did
I'm
I?
just gonna use prestidigitation to clean myself and then like sort of like Febreze the air slightly.
Prestidigitation is such a good spell. Yeah, Tico does have it. Yeah.
So what do we do
Tico
now?
is going to clean off the rest of them that are covered in shit.
Sure.
No,
No,
but
we
I
could-
like being covered in shit. Alright, well, that is a choice.
That is a that is a choice, but it's upsetting the rest of the crew.
Yeah, I'm just
Do
gonna
you,
offer.
do you
I'm
have
just gonna offer
do you
to
have
clean
smell
the-
sense?
I'm just gonna clean. Yeah, I will also offer to like just be cleaning people who want to be clean. So.
Oh,
they're,
we
like-
the cleaning robot's like, "Oh yeah, we also have smell sensors. That's how we know when things smell bad. It's very important for our job."
They immediately go for the bogs.
Yeah, they go clean the toilets while they're just like not doing anything
Yeah, I'm
else.
just gonna start cleaning robots.
They're cleaning the
the-
toilets and you're cleaning them.
Ben's like, you guys brought me a workforce.
These guys just start like sweeping up the rooms and just cleaning and tidying generally, and the corridors. Like they just potter about doing that.
Okay, everyone. So now you get. So do you all know how the society you live in works? Does anyone know how like what form the governance of this country takes. Does
Robot
any
raises hand. So, what is society?
We live in a
okay
society.
What
first principle like we
is
start on
that? Where
first
this is
principle.
called? Is this building society?
No, society is a conglomeration of people, usually involving a number of buildings, and like food production, and like economic growth.
Society is a rich farmer.
No, society is like a lot of farmers,
Okay.
but not everyone is a farmer. It's like a patchwork of like farmers and bartenders and office workers and businessmen who all are like doing things to like make their own lives better, but also as part of that, like their
Oh,
work
society
enriches
is the
the
name of a
entire.
city. I understand now.
No, society is more like the overarching thing that like is the principle cities are built under.
A country?
A country contains a society, most likely.
Yeah, and multiple countries also contain
A
societies.
state inside of a country?
Mm,
It's more of a concept than an actual thing.
I don't get it.
give me a second.
It sounds like you're describing a place with people who
Okay,
live there.
okay. So, a society is a group of individuals involved in persistent social interaction or or a large social group sharing the same spatial or social territory, typically subject to political authority and dominant cultural expectations. They are
Okay.
characterized by a pattern of relationships between individuals who share distinctive cultures and institutions. A
Oh, like the
society is the sum total of all relationships between constituent members.
like where I'm from, the people are like better than the robots.
Yeah, that is a rule of the society you are from.
Nice.
What we are going to try and do is
Is it a
change the
good
rules
rule?
of your society. No, it's a bad rule. We're going to try and change the rules of your society to mean that robots and people are equal, therefore benefiting all of the robots and in no way harming any people.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. I is a robot. Me know,
Unless we need to bomb the people from space to meet them, except the robots.
but aren't the robots next to the people?
Collateral damage happens in times of revolution.
That doesn't sound good for the robots. Or the people.
Fume is what you would call an extremist.
I just
Oh.
get shit done.
How does being an extremist work?
Get shit done, and then people complain about the way you got shit done.
So here's an
Anyway.
example.
Offering an alternative.
So you could either let take this trash, picks up like one of Ben's notes that he's been like scrolling down and just like crumples it up. He's like,
Hey, wait, no, that's not. That's very important, actually.
So take this trash.
Wait, no, that's
What-
not true.
What I could do is
Yeah, this trash.
I could throw it in a garbage can,
No, don't do that.
and that would
Ben, don't do that.
and that would be a way of dealing with the situation. Whereas extreme way of dealing with the situation would be Fume deciding to fireball the trash.
I fireball the trash.
Ben's like, no. The piece of paper. I mean, everyone in this room is durable enough to survive a fireball, assuming you don't put your umph into it.
I put negative oomph into it.
Okay. Ben's just like, oh god damn it, not again. The robot is quite burned by that, but
Okay, so you see,
it's functional.
the issue here with the extremist way is, while Ben was upset because he wanted what we determined was trash.
I'm very upset. That was not trash. That was a very important list of passwords.
Had we went with my way, which was just yeah. I can't get the word out. Help. What's the getting rid of? Sure, it's not as good as the Sunya word, but the trash in the normal way. He could have went and regained it, whereas now, it has been destroyed to the extreme in such a way that he can probably get it back, but it would be extremely difficult by comparison.
Yeah, see the issue with my method in this process is that it caused some unforeseen collateral issues pointing at all of the extra fire. But it does mean that it's much harder for the thing you want done to devolve back to where it was before you fixed the problem. Whereas if you follow the traditional
Midway
method,
through this conversation, you all get blasted by fire extinguishing gas.
yeah. Whereas if you follow the other way and you just like put it in a bin, it's really easy to go backwards, and society to get worse again if you don't fix the problem outright. But it does have less instant, like, other effects. So like the extreme method is much more effective at actually fixing the problem, but it does cause other issues.
Like, you also burn all the files on my desk.
Yeah, and some of those may have been useful, and most of them were probably garbage.
I only keep useful things on my desk.
That's
where I
what
work.
That's where I work.
Look,
Well,
Ben,
why are
stop
you
making this
working-
about you.
Well, why are you working in the very obvious this area could get fireballed area?
This is my desk. This is
I
my
just
work.
I just want to point out, this area where you're keeping all of your flammable papers has been fireballed on no less than 15 occasions since we started living on this ship.
I'm aware of that.
So,
So is
like,
everywhere
whose
else.
fault- So, like, whose fault is it that the papers
Still
are stored
yours.
safely in a non-flammable container? I think that's your fault.
Look, if I followed this logic, I wouldn't bring paper on the ship.
Yeah, why do you
Ever.
need paper? We have data slates.
Because you also melted my screen.
Did I?
Turns the monitor around. It's just melted char.
It's always a nightmare to replace those. I can't see out of them.
On the bright side,
I'm just gonna like minor
at least the
illusions
computers
so
are in the
so
other
they're
room,
normal.
so the actual computers didn't get fried, but the
Yeah,
monitor is
I'm just gonna
fine.
minor illusions so the monitor looks normal.
He moves it slightly out of the minor illusion.
I just moved my minor illusion.
Just slightly over.
Also, the way that Ben is now, doesn't he have true sight? He'd be like, "Stop it! I know what you're doing. It doesn't. I can't see it."
It's accurate. He is just like, I can still see the melted monitor. It's still melted. It's
But yeah,
not
the problem-
helpful.
The problem is if you don't topple a bigoted government as extensively as possible, then it can backslide into bigoted government again really easily.
Ben's like, I'm not a bigoted government.
As has happened many times in the past.
Well,
Whereas if you destroy utterly from the roots upwards of anyone who was involved in that government, you can usually get rid of anyone who would want it to go backwards.
guess I better go get. I guess better go rework all the time research that I'd done.
Yeah, I can't believe that Sonya destroyed your time research.
Poor Ben.
As Ben's walking along, just on the monitor, just zapping on each monitor as he goes along, Tico is just going, "I kept telling you to do software backups."
It's fine. The prototype's still functional, TKO. So that at least wasn't in at my desk. That was in my room.
But yeah, I step back and let Sonya continue.
And so extremism seems bad.
It
It's not
generally
robots.
is.
It's really effective though.
Yeah, but you
mean-
really got rid of that paper, but you also like seemed to annoy the guy who was in that chair, and also this desk looks a lot less organized.
So this is where
It's just a
you
charred black desk now. Although to
see.
be fair, actually, most of the char is just the paper like clung onto the desk. The desk itself is part of the ship and thus a
I'm
magic
just gonna
item.
like I just like push everything off the desk, and I'm like, forget about the desk.
Oh yeah,
No,
like
the floor's
i-
dirty.
if you tap the desk, it does like if you wipe away the char. Generally, the desk is like fine underneath, but everything on the desk was fine. And he's just like,
At the same time, sometimes a bit more of a a bit more of a forceful hand may be required when your society is ruled by a tyrant.
The
also
extreme method is the only one that guarantees results.
also this person has just started cleaning the stuff you've like thrown on the floor. It's like,
But
"No."
it is more than worth trying the bleeding heart liberal method first.
Yeah.
For destroying everything. The destroying everything method seems really
The destroying everything was
destructive.
a metaphor, not actually what you do. What you do is you like go around and you execute the people that like most benefit from having society the way it is.
Yeah, but it seems like that method had a lot of like unintended bad consequences that have
Only if you don't kill enough people.
only
Oh,
seemed to
okay. You're
hurt
using
you.
using the word kill a bit much.
Sorry,
If you
only if you don't remove enough people.
or dethrone, if you prefer, to take them away from their position of power.
Shoot them
It's
in the
just
back of the head. Yeah, we got it.
this just seems like a
Hmm.
it seems like it has this just seems like an awful way of doing things.
It's the only way that's ever been effective in the world.
Points at the robot who's saying it, is like, good. That's why you don't do it.
It just it
And if you're
really
in a
Topple it the other
position, and
way,
if you're in a
we
if you're in a
topple it the other
position
way.
where you can, it should be a very, very last resort.
We topple it the other way. We come back in 50 years. The fascist government's back in charge, and we're all like, ah, damn it, we'll have to do this again. This way, you kill everyone with fascist tendencies, and you're like, well, let's see what happens now. And usually, a different kind of problem emerges.
I
We
feel like
should we should still at least get a audience with the actual leaders down there
this
and have a
just
word
seems,
with them.
this just
Because as
seems
far
like
as I can tell, there's no actual uprising happening.
it just seems like really detrimental to you and everyone involved, but
No, it's usually like actually pretty good for the people involved.
looks at Sonya.
Let me
Extremism
explain
doesn't
to you
seem
about
very
a little
good.
place called. Let me explain to you about a little place called France.
Okay.
Yes, Space
And
Oh,
I'll
France.
not
explain
that
the
place
French
again.
Revolution.
Court looks stressed. Not that place again.
Yes, I've
How
got.
it created all of the ideas of modern liberty that are enjoyed by people throughout the galaxy.
Yes, I know Space France is a country.
Yes, and
Space France.
they basically picked up all of the rich people that were causing all the problems and cut all their heads off to make a better society for everyone.
I heard they were recently conquered by Space Britain.
Who?
Space Britain.
Never
They
heard of
recently
it.
got some mad king who went on like a tyrannical overthrowing of the previous government, and
Yeah,
they've just been killing all their neighbors.
Yeah, that's why we don't go to Space Britain. Terrible place.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was bad, but not as bad up until recently. Recently, it got a lot worse.
I wonder where their stance is on the whole universe-ending artifact hunt.
They seem pretty pro it, to be honest.
Oh yeah, FYI, guys, the universe is ending.
What? Oh wait, yeah, I think I do know that. It's yeah, I do know that. I'm allowed to give the government's official stance on it. I can tell you
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah, to calm people down.
Yeah, sure.
Is the
Go-
government's official stance that the universe isn't ending?
No, it's that they're gonna do everything in their power to prevent it from ending. in accordance with the alliance that they're in.
That's a very open-ended, non-committal statement.
As far as I'm aware, they want to just gather up all the artifacts, then hide them away once the universe is stable again.
Well, Light looks at the rest of the party. If we do go and see these guys, maybe they won't be as bad as they sound currently. Granted, the actions of their law enforcement will say otherwise, but hey, maybe some algorithm got the wrong end of the stick somewhere. Also, just while I'm on that line of thinking, do any of you guys know what? Like, you guys obviously were hiding away because you know
Ooh.
that if you get hold up, you guys will know that you'll get taken away by the law enforcement. Do you know what happens after that?
Not
You-
really.
Right. Just
Uh,
just
two,
didn't want to ignore the possibility.
he shouts 284, and then this person comes in. He's like, "Oh, yeah. I saw someone who wasn't doing their duties get taken away, by the other robots, and like it seemed bad because they were right next to like the like it's sort of a recycling facility. It's sort of where you send like the decommissioned robots, and it
Ew.
didn't it was not good. It didn't sound good. The robot didn't sound like he had a nice time when he went in there. I was cleaning nearby.
I don't suppose you've ever seen any of the law enforcement ones get an awakening like you guys.
They
Like, you know, the ones that were doing the magic.
shakes head. I
Huh.
haven't heard of it, as far as I'm aware.
Huh.
Do you
Okay.
think? Do you think we're just like different? TKO.
Yeah.
Give me a what tool proficiencies do you have?
Some. I'll bring up your sheet so I can check. He has tools. Navigate as space, vehicle, and Spelljammer tools, and Tinker as tools.
Roll me an intelligence tinkerer's tools check.
Man, that is a garbage roll.
Cool. It's all right enough. While looking through that code, you notice one thing. And it's that it seems they've received this software seems similar to the kind of software that was used on RU that you have on file. It's a bit different in how it works, but it's relatively similar. It's similar enough for you to be like a bit concerned.
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't like the look of that, like. Yeah. Like, Colt was there at the time. Was this before or after Fume? I think this was before TKO, which was also before Fume. The
Yeah.
RU Gundam mech fight.
I mean, you're mostly aware because Ben has it. Like Ben has encounters with RU saved. Technically,
Yeah,
Ben is the longest standing party member.
essentially.
Oh,
Um,
and he is the first. He was the first villain.
As is the
Incredible.
way.
Sunya was there. So TKO would turn around to Ben and Colt and Sunya and just be like, "These lads are on the same software as that Gundam mech you fought. I obviously wasn't there for the fight, but I've seen it on file.
Oh
Some
yeah.
nasty self-awareness shit, that, like."
Oh yeah, but on the flip side, the one of the other versions of him is doing really good stuff now.
Yeah, he's out on a space train
Yeah, he's
with
totally
with
chill now.
with theoretically the entire original party, which is just out there
Yeah,
doing
they're
Chilling.
stuff.
they're kind of dealing with the backlash of the original one.
Yeah, they're sort of dealing with all the RU warlords that exist.
So just like
Well, point still stands.
humans,
They're running similar software to him.
but yeah, that's like saying that I and Fume are running on similar software. It's
Hmm.
just free will.
You would guess it's you would recognize that the technology comes from the same refugees you met on the last planet.
The ones that
The
asked us
ones
to look into this.
Yeah. Or you would guess this technology is partially derived from their technology, but has been like altered specifically so that it you think it's something to do with like the learning coefficient of the robots has been like lowered effectively so they don't learn as quickly.
Who else would have access to his self-learning abilities and be able to implement it into other machines and or want to? I don't know
Also,
enough about that guy to know that.
the fact that their learning's been slowed is interesting as well.
Like they've been intentionally debuffed, sort of, or intentionally limited.
Although actually you give me an insight roll.
Who?
Brobo friend who's been looking at the code.
Shit.
Mate, you drop that. His insight's pretty garbage. Yeah, and I continue to roll. Okay, I'm with Graham, in the rolling shit part of the party.
Don't worry about it then. Nothing occurs to you. If other people want to look at the code, they're allowed to.
Code's like it's just numbers and digits to me.
Yeah,
Take
I guess I could also accept investigation.
take yours. Looks up at the I mean, could take your roll investigation. He's a lot better at that.
Yeah, it'll
so-
give you different information than an insight. It'll be
Sure.
less useful, but you will,
Sure,
you might
he
learn.
rolled better. He rolled a 9.
With the investigation, you would notice that the learning coefficient has been slowed. You would guess for these robots specifically.
I'm going to roll an insight because Sunya
These
actually
models.
is interested in why this has happened.
Tikio would also like to look
That's
back
to GM.
up at. Tikio would also like to look back up at some of the any of the robots and just be like, "Who's your manufacturer like?"
Oh, we were made by the Imperium government. So,
You mean they didn't outsource it?
no. Well, they sort of like designate where factories go and then like sort people who are good at factories into that, but also mostly robots do it.
Joseph, 25 insight good, or do you want us to roll that again because they couldn't say it?
25 is good enough. Sonia, it would occur to you. A couple of things would occur to you. You would guess that the learning coefficient on some of the other robots' models would be higher in correspondence with their job. Is one of the things you would get. And then another thing you would consider is there must be some reason why robots that theoretically should be learning faster than these people aren't gaining free will, or they are gaining free will,
Hiding it better.
are hiding it better.
Yeah, that's why Colt
Like-
was asking about the law enforcement ones, because he thought if a law enforcement one suddenly realizes that it's like gained this awakening, it would probably go, I'm going to need to keep me gob shut about this. Otherwise, I'm going to go where I've been dragging all these people.
Yeah, 100%. These guys are all like they've never they've never seen any robot that has like significant combat capabilities go rogue.
Hmm.
I think it would be very beneficial for us to like approach the people in charge directly. We've got enough power behind us; we could manage that.
Yeah, totally.
Worst comes to worst, it makes us close enough to, deal with the problem.
Hmm.
Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but
100%, yeah. I mean, there's no reason why they wouldn't. We already have contacts in the other governments who have told us to go here. They'll probably even be They might even be waiting for us. Takeo's like mulling it over. And by mulling it over, I mean he's doing calculations in his head. But obviously he's broken, so he just keeps glitching out as to whether it would be a good idea for him to go anywhere near this city or not. He's thinking no, but at the same time, it's like a construct that is the construct adventurers that are in there. If one of those is self-aware, it would surely like converse about that with something like Tikio, which is a construct that is somewhat self-aware in a different sort of way, but is like free about it.
I mean,
Free to be him.
uh, as much as Joseph as the DM would hate this suggestion, one thing that we could do, TKO, is I don't think it would be a good start for us to try and introduce ourselves to the people in charge while having a sentient robotic being with us, because then it might give them the wrong impression and instantly dislike us, etc. Why don't
I hear you. I hear you.
But while we go and meet them, why don't you, like you and Ben, could go on a walk around in the city like we had, and try and converse with some of the other robotics?
Aye. If you lot on boss man reckon that's a good idea.
Because like if you take Ben with you, at least then it's not like you're just walking around by yourself. It just in case something happens.
I mean, I wasn't gonna be going around by myself, like.
Yeah.
Gotta look after the crew and all that.
What do you think, Ben?
Ben is in the other room.
God, you're so ignorant.
You've just turned to he specifically left the server room because you burnt all his shit, and you're just like, Ben, what do you think of this plan? He left like 10 minutes ago, son. Yeah, because you blew up his desk.
You know what?
Yeah,
Fine.
Fume blew up his desk.
I'll use a fucking some.
only because I was told to by Sonia.
Anywho, I'll use one of my probably super high portents to throw a bouncy ball, and it bounces perfectly and hits Ben.
Okay. Ben's like, ow! Who threw that?
Me, come here.
Oh come on, Bennett. It was a bouncy ball. It couldn't hurt that much. Get in here.
It didn't, but I was off balance. I fell over. I landed on my nose.
It's not even your real nose.
Ugh.
That happens, but we just feel like the biggest thump shudder the whole ship is because it knocked him back into his dragon form.
Oh, if he exploded into his dragon form right now, it would be not great for the ship or him. He's powerful enough where he would be able to deform the ship, but also he would likely become like a dragony He would probably like break a bunch of ribs and shit, and introduce a new hole in the ship, which would not be ideal. But yeah, sure, Ben. If you give me just a moment, I'm currently sorting some stuff. Yeah, Ben will walk back in the room holding a bouncy ball.
Ah, my
Like,
bouncy ball.
yeah, sure, I'll
Where'd you find that?
just melts it in his hands. Anyway,
Wow, look at somebody destroying someone else's precious property. What kind of monster would do that?
That bouncy ball was from another dimension.
TQ, let's go on a walk. Let's go.
A nice,
He's gonna
calming walk.
he's gonna A, place a new monitor on his desk and a keyboard and a mouse. It goes around the back, finds the socket, dusts them off, plugs all three things back in. It's like, cool. Turns it on. It's like, okay, flying down now. Ugh.
Also, again, just so you're aware, there is that psychic mind thing, so whatever you're thinking, the city probably knows. I, for one, I'm going to see if I can go and get one of those mind shielding rings you mentioned.
I mean, there's a spell I could cast, but like,
Ben's like, oh, I mean, I just head over to like any of the department stores. They sell the headbands for cheap. They let you interface with the psychic field, and you can just set everything to private.
I'll do that. Also, a headband.
Yeah, the headbands are really cheap because most people do just get one surgery instead of having to buy headbands over and over again.
Yeah, I'm not getting surgery to deal with that nonsense.
In
Especially
fact,
since we're not native to there.
in fact, most people just genetically get a genetic modification done to themselves, and then it's just done. And that is usually what the surgery entails. It just it basically opens up the psychic receptors in your brain. It is a surgery, so it carries some risk, but it's probably the most common surgery done.
I'm just gonna cast the spell that might not even be in the official game anymore.
Fair enough. But yeah, he says I think the psychic headbands are I don't think they're expensive, 20 credits. He re-lands and is like, in fact, I'm gonna go get one as well.
Okay, I cast Thor's shield.
Sure. Oops.
Yeah.
Meant to copy Ben, accidentally pasted the last thing I had.
Yeah.
All the bots.
I'm now curious if this spell did get just deleted. Or if its name's changed.
Is it just the Ring of Man shielding effect, but it's a spell?
Don't know. It was
Back on this map.
it was one of the spells that was in the UA shit.
Uh-oh.
Huh?
Oh,
What's
okay.
happened?
No, I highlighted an area and I asked to grab you guys and move you over to the ship.
Mhm.
But I accidentally grabbed Clippy's eyebrows and eyes. Or the inside of his eyes.
I forgot I did that.
Which reminds me, I should save Clippy.
Yeah, you should save them.
Copy and pasting Clippy and then just leaving him on a map on just somewhere in the void of the ship. Just there you go. Clippy's now just in the void on the ship.
Oh
map,
no,
so I never-
he's downloaded himself onto the ship.
Oh wait, I might be able to. If I...
TQ, we've got you a new friend.
Clippy appears on the monitors, and it's just like, it looks like you're trying to lock down the ship. Would you like some help with that? And TQ was like, she was like, no, pack it in.
It seems like you're trying to delete Clippy. Would you like some help with that?
I wonder if I can literally just go. Oh wait. With,
Clippy has become a multi-dimensional being, thus cannot be deleted.
Would you like some help with that? But yeah, Clippy exists now. So yeah, Ben and Tiki are gonna go off on their walk somewhere, just around. I guess I'll just hoy them over here for now. Are you guys wanting to go straight to the boss of the Imperium?
Okay, I can't believe that GIF exists.
Yeah, let's go kill the boss of the Bureau. We mean nothing.
Okay, you two just go visit any places you think.
Yeah, how much is that? How much is them headbands?
Sure. You go by like a department store.
Yeah.
They're very cheap. It's like there's some discounted for like 5 credits, although you can get like a really nice one for like 200 credits. It has all the bells and whistles.
I mean,
You-
what would what like to the shopkeep? When you say all the bells and whistles, what can it do?
Well, it can make an alarm go
Oh.
off and you can make a whistle noise.
So it has like all of these, and then he starts rattling off like apps pre-installed and stuff, which let you, like, this one lets you sort of, it gives you some like use. It gives you some like, this one lets you sort of store memories as like sort of objects that you can leave places if you want to like save precious memories and like pass them on to your descendants or whatever. You can like copy them and turn them into items and leave them places.
Huh.
If you go for like
That
really
sounds really
high-end
nice,
ones.
since it's like, you know, non-invasive.
Yeah. This one if you don't want to like sleep anymore, this one's really good for that. But it sort of it collects sort of ambient psychic energy, and rejuvenates you, so that you'll still need to sort of like have periods of light activity, but you won't need to actively go to sleep anymore.
Yeah, Court's like leaning more and more towards like, I'm just gonna get all the bells and whistles one, because he's like, worst comes to worst, Discovery will probably love the shit out of this to like tinker with.
True.
The range on also the range is dependent on the best model. The best model we offer lets you send messages. It's got a range of about 1 star system for your friends specifically, anyone you're like tuned to.
You will
Or
need a
it can send-
Facebook account. Sorry, you will need a Spacebook account though.
Space food, yeah.
You can message anyone on the same planet as you, but it's like solar, like sort of nearest few stars range in terms of like anyone you're tuned to. Basically, your friends list.
Yeah, but they need one of these as well, or the surgery.
Yeah, but like everyone has the surgery.
Yeah, I'm just kind of passing through, so I thought this would be a good idea to just, you know, be a part of this, but at the same time not need surgery. You know, short term, quick and easy, simple.
Yeah.
That jazz.
Most of my customers are just passing through types, you know.
Court's like, yeah, sure, I'll get like fucking 4 for like everybody.
It also lets you like just telepathically speak to people within roughly 120 feet of you.
Yeah, Court's gonna buy one for each member of the party.
Sure. That's 200 credits each, please.
So one for Colt, one for Sonya, one for Fume, one for Ben. Tikio probably can't use it, and fuck it, you'll get one for Discovery because it'll be funny.
Sure.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1,000 credits.
This guy's very pleased. Like, oh, nice. Didn't expect to sell this many today, but come again. Let me know if you need any like extra stuff.
Do you need a phone case?
I can sell you like a language app for it.
No, I'm good. I already know all languages, literally all.
Oh, okay.
Don't need that.
Need
Got skills.
Flappy Bird?
The hell's that?
I mean, don't worry. There are a bunch. There's alright. I mean, you can already just download a bunch of free games on it.
Okay.
Don't worry, Candy Crush comes auto-loaded on it.
I mean,
confused at that, and he's just like, I need to get going now.
it's got. I mean, yeah, it has all the basic games pre-installed. You know, Pringus.
Snake,
Everyone loves Pringus.
Yeah, everyone likes Snack.
Snack. Tetrons.
That one where you pet a cat. That's an old PC game though.
So,
That's like the foggiest, most faded memory in my head. That.
when assuming you put your little headbands on, you feel something connect to your consciousness. Are you willing?
No.
Okay.
So Sonia does not put the thing on because she has spelled herself earlier.
Okay, fair enough.
So everyone except Sonia.
I mean, yeah, Colt's not
everybody
gonna
else-
force it on anybody. He's like, I got you a thing. But then if you don't wear it, Colt's gonna be like, I kind of get it. Colt will be like, I guess I did buy this thing.
I did buy it, so I suppose I should use it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Assuming you're willing, it connects up and it asks you. Well, you get a long psychic message that is effectively a lot of terms and conditions. And there's a. Do you scroll down and accept, or do you read the entire thing?
Nah, Colt's the kind of like sad person who, well, not sad, not really. It's more like, diligent. Actually, that was the wrong word I used. The kind of diligent person who like actually does read it, but simplifies it in his head as saying, this essentially just means don't do any illegal shit with it. So yes, I guess.
You
Unless
all,
he does read something that isn't that. Never
you,
know, because he
I
is
mean-
reading it.
I mean, it depends.
Oh,
How long
true,
do you
it
want to?
does-
How long do you want to spend reading it?
It does have that Disney clause in it that says they can kill
You
your
and your
mum.
husband.
It
Yeah.
has the Disney clauses in it. Oh, it does not
Mm.
accept.
No. It's got no. It basically just says don't use this thing to commit crimes effectively.
Then Colt would be like, sure.
Boo.
If it genuinely had like the Disney terms and conditions, he'd be like, no, man, that's evil. This whole
Yeah,
place is evil.
It does not have the Disney clause where they can just legally kill your mum
Very
because you want to
specific.
watch.
Good.
'Cause you want to watch Gravity Falls or something.
But I do really want to watch Gravity Falls.
Well, that's good. That's the price. If you want to watch Gravity Falls, then I have the right to come into your house and kill any member of your family.
You know what? I think it's a worthwhile risk.
For gravity.
Whole family is just like, what?
But yeah, you spend like 30 minutes reading terms and conditions while everyone's just at the shop. Like, I Fume. Do you just click accept without reading them? Graham.
Hello? Hello?
Do
Yeah, we
you
can hear you.
do you put your psychic headband on?
Yeah, Cole bought you a psychic headband so you can ignore the psychic field of the city.
It's a psychic Google Glass.
Essentially, yeah, but it's a headband.
It is a headband. It is like it is.
All of my biometrics.
I mean, it that it can if you want it to, but it
Who
doesn't
are
by
they selling
default.
my data to? I need to know.
They aren't selling your data because the concept of selling things doesn't really exist except this store. Because this store is run by someone who's not from here. He's
Fine,
not
I
doing great.
Put on the psychic headband.
Sure. You put on the psychic headband. Specifically, you would note that this store is for people who are just passing by.
So this is a guy who's been like, I'm new here, and I've seen there's a growing number of people who don't want to deal with the weird psychic field from this place. That's fucking terrible.
Yes. He's doing quite well. But obviously none of the locals are buying from him. Because money doesn't really exist.
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you willing when you put it on?
Sure.
It's
Terms
never
and
got
conditions pop up.
it's never got good connotations with "Are you willing?"
No, I'm 100% convinced this is gonna fuck us over.
Do you read the terms and conditions?
Yes.
Sure.
All right.
You and Colt both spend 30 minutes reading the terms of conditions of this device that says, do not do illegal things with this device. Aside from that, it doesn't have any like horrible clauses in it. They are not selling your data to anyone. As far as you can tell, based on this.
Course, just like seems legit.
Sorry, I'm just on the like telling you not to commit crimes made me think of this Jim Stephanie Sterling clip like gif.
It's like, do not attempt to modify this device to make it so that you can forcefully read people's minds. You know, stuff like that.
Fuck, it's been years since I've seen anything from that guy.
Do not
Yeah, she's
modify
doing
this.
great.
Do not modify this device so you can send out a wave that makes people's brains melt. You know, stuff like that.
I will pretend like I'm not going to use it to commit crimes.
So you press accept.
Is there some sort of rule you want us to make to like see if there's any like fine print text?
No, I'm fine for you. Just like you two spend 30 minutes doing that. You can make a roll if you want it to go faster. I'll say that.
No, I'll take my time.
No, Court's going to be taking his time. I was thinking more like an insight to go, hang on a minute, what's that little clause there?
It's like you guarantee succeed if you take a long time to do it, but if you go through it faster, I'll have you make a roll. But you guys did
Wow.
just sit there for like 30 minutes reading the terms and conditions of this thing, and the guy in the store's like, wow, no one ever reads the terms and conditions. That's so
Okay.
bizarre.
Is there then like a settings thing where it's like just set to private so no one can hear your thoughts?
Yeah, when you think settings, you can just think like, you sort of inside your head an image appears of like a screen with several options, and one of them is settings, and you can just set everything to like private, locked, do not attempt to contact, do not like interact with the outside world at all.
Yeah, Court like select that.
Sure, you just block everything.
Yeah. It's like, I don't like my thoughts being read by a whole government. So that
You would learn that the city doesn't precisely read your thoughts; it reads your mood.
yeah, but still, you can infer a lot from that.
I mean, yeah,
Court's like, I don't like it. Stop it.
it's sort of a crime prevention measure to prevent people from it. It kind of detects when people feel like extreme amounts of rage, and then and then the city tries to calm them down in a sort of passive way.
Yeah, but then he's like, yeah, but this is a city that's taking constructs that have become self-aware and recycling them.
Yeah.
as like not so much a punishment, but more sort of a they are a problem. Let's sweep it under the rug. He's like, I don't like them. I don't like the idea of them knowing whether I'm fighting somebody or not, and then they just take it as I am the aggressor or something.
But you do have a right to privacy, and you have set your thing to private, and all of the citizens can choose to do that if they wish to.
Cool. Okay. Anything else you guys want to do before we go trying to get in touch with the head honcho around here?
I think that was everything.
Sure. Do you attempt to head? Do you attempt to head to sort of the? Because you would have bought them from like this sort of area. Do you head to the central area?
If that's where like the governmental authority of this city is, sure.
Sure. You
I'm
get
pretty sure anyone would be able to point us in the right direction. Any of the constructs and that.
you'd
Bloody
get to
Clippy
this,
even.
yeah, you'd get to this bridge.
Cliffy, where is
Uh,
the government building?
I mean, yeah, any of the
Here's the postcode.
any of the nearby constructs would just be like, oh, it's over that way. This person appears and is like, hello, I see you're trying to access the government building.
Yeah, we are a group of adventurers who have been sent here by. Oh, fuck, what was her name? God, I've got to go through the bloody notes. What was her name? She was with the Lithuanians.
If you don't mind, can I scan your credentials?
I mean, freelance adventurer. Don't know if that's documentation or something. If so, don't have it.
Do you mind if I scan to see if you have credentials on you?
Sure, shrug.
Begin scanning you, and in front of your faces appears a white mask when their beam passes over you. Like,
oh yeah, that guy
"Ah,
too.
Oh, I see you're agents of the Alliance.
I say you're agents of chaos. What?
Oh god, I need to go through Colt's notes. There's so many at this point.
Yes, don't let me stop you. I assume you're on war business?
Sort of. I prefer to call it peace.
That's what we're trying to do by winning this war. He stands aside and lets you go through.
Neat. I can't find that person's name. We'll just go with the white mask one for now. Take it that there's like a secretarial building or something like that later on.
Yeah,
Or
there's
further in.
this intermediate building, at which point, at which point, yeah,
Oh god, are you changing the map or something?
no, this person approaches you.
Oh god, that's still something I should be looking
zoom
at.
in, zoom in, zoom in.
Alt tab. Get out of this cat game.
They look like a drow.
Zoom in, zoom in.
Yep, zoomed in to the max.
That's
I mean, if you want, I can make them bigger.
that's
No,
delete.
that's fine. That's full zoom. They're quite clear. They're not even looking at we're rude.
But yeah, they approach you and ask, "Oh, do you guys want to meet with our leader?"
Would
So
be
that's what we
nice.
came here
Take
for.
us to your leader.
Yeah, take us to your leader. I've always wanted to say that.
Okay. Yeah, here should work. Just let me. And then he produces a device out of thin air. And he's like, cool, 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 cool.
Since there's a drow plot twist, it's Loth.
He like snaps it into 4 bits, kind of. Although it seems like it's designed to break like that. Throws them into sort of like a square shape around you. And then a hologram begins to manifest around you.
Uh-huh.
And you appear in this room.
So this whole room is like a hologram that's been shown piped into our senses, essentially.
Yeah, basically.
Because I was just going to say that if that's a hologram, then it's like it's not a teleport.
It's a big. If we're inside of a square, and that square is placed somewhere within this place, and we're seeing
So
around.
now
We're
so now
currently
in
in.
Colt.
We're in what's it called? Google Street View.
Kinda. No in Colt, he'll like try to step forward and immediately step out of the hologram, and they're like, "No, that's not how that works. Get back in here."
It's a combination of like illusionary magic and AR projections, effectively, and also a bit of messaging magic.
And a tiny bit clippy.
Yeah, and a little bit of what? 1 second. I just come on, Clippy.
I'm glad that none of you saw me just go insane.
There you go.
In or out of character.
Out.
Here's your AI assistant for this.
Why are you going insane?
I just went on Google and found that cat game, and was just playing it.
Ah,
The stream,
What cat game?
the stream got to see.
All right, nice.
The cat game from Windows, I think 98. The one that I posted a picture in Discord. Cats, your computer pets, which Joseph's not old enough to remember.
I don't remember it. So
funny that. Fuck, that is old. I do remember it though.
I forgot how traumatizing the mouse screaming noise is.
Yeah, because games didn't care back then. They were like, sure, whatever stock sound works.
So yeah, hello, we are people. Hello.
Is Fume not joining us?
Sorry, I'm just trying to sort something on my computer.
Oh, okay.
I can't see the map at the moment. I'll have to
They're like,
close out roll 20 and come back.
what brings you here today? I hear you were sent by White Mask.
Yeah, heard a lot of rumors about a. You know, I'm just gonna be blunt and straight up with you. What we were told was it not a robot uprising, but we are seeing no evidence of that. Care to
Oh,
you know,
right.
give us the lowdown on what the hell's going on?
Are you here to deal with it? Right, so I'm pretty sure what's been happening is the Time Dragon has intentionally infected a lot of our robots with a virus that causes them to become violent.
But we're not seeing violence anywhere.
Yeah, we're not seeing any violence at all.
Oh, the capital's pretty well under control. It's happening in a lot of other places.
I
We're
mean, if you-
handling it well for now, but I need people to go find the root cause of the issue. We don't really know
I mean,
what's caused.
I could
That sound
like give him a call and ask if he's done this.
You have him. You have his phone number?
Yeah, I kept breaking the timeline, and he kept like showing up to stop us from breaking the timeline, and eventually he like gave Sonya his number
Yeah,
just in case I broke the timeline again.
I'm like trying to do everything on peaceful terms.
Yeah, I was just about to say Colt to try and like placate them because that's what you guys just said would sound quite shocking to them. Colt's like, look, we're probably the most impartial, literal party in every sense of the word that you're probably going to get in this circle of various governments and factions. We're trying to be impartial to everybody and not
Give,
take sides.
give me a persuasion roll on that.
Can
Who-
this be a group
Yeah,
persuasion because we all inputted?
who's the focus of this persuasion?
Yeah, can it be a group one where everyone rolls because we all inputted?
Sure.
Okay.
So everyone rolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not rolling to GM this time. Yo, look at those numbers! Bottom,
apparently she doesn't like
middle, and
me.
top.
Good to know, good to know, good to know. She's relatively like she sort of trusts Fume.
Oh, she hates me immediately.
Yeah, I kept getting in the way of that like time dragon, and he just kept turning up to like mess with me. It was awful.
Or at least her facial expression seems like she kind of trusts Fume. But she's like, okay, if fair enough, if you're as partial as you say. But then how can I trust you? If
I'm-
you're
I mean, how can you trust anyone?
that's
Exactly.
true.
I mean,
But I'm on a warship right now.
Ah, is that where we are?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fancy warship looks around.
why are we on a warship?
We're at war. In case,
With who?
uh,
I take it your actual
From-
location is on one of the battlefields against the Time Dragon's forces. Then
some form of like time dragon that has been like trying to destroy the universe.
as I said, I suppose your actual location is on one of the battlefields fighting his forces. We've got friends out there, so we're trying to help stop this war so that they can go home.
Yep, I am commanding one of our mighty armadas. It would be really nice
Yeah.
if you could handle our home front and like tidy up the mess that's happening there.
Well, as you said before, this uprising and these battles this violence is happening at other locations that aren't the capital. If you could let us know what one of those locations are, we could not infiltrate. That's the wrong word. We could go to those places, get a hold of one of the constructs that are going insane, and really figure out exactly what's going on.
Oh, we've already. I can have. Where are you guys? Specifically.
Shrugs the capital, I guess.
Fair enough. We can have We can have a specimen sent to you if you want.
Looks
I
at
mean,
the
you
smart.
just-
Looks at the
like-
smart people. Sound like a good idea.
I mean, where on the planet is the worst areas? We could just head there to take care of stuff.
Yeah, I'd also like to see exactly. I would like to see the actual, actions that they are claimed to be taking, i.e., all the violence, firsthand, and have a hand in quelling such violence.
Sure, I think there's a particularly nasty string going about. It was I think it was some ruins from a long time ago. I'll give you the location.
Scrunches up face a little bit, but tries to shrug it off, just why would they be in ruins?
We believe they're hiding out there after attacking our forces. It's because we'd be hesitant to destroy our historical landmarks.
Makes sense.
Nods. Fair.
That's why
That's also quite smart.
that's why we didn't just bomb the shit out of them from orbit.
Extreme, but I understand.
Yeah, twists a bit at that, but because again, it's just to quote that's a little bit cowardly. I'll just bomb the shit out of that from orbit anyway. Moving, but of course it's sure, that's
Look,
the way that they do things.
We're at war. We don't have time to be wasting on like a potential revolution back on the home world.
Sure, we can go to one of those ruins, find one of the constructs and deal with it. You know, a bit of reconnaissance, a bit of information gathering.
Yeah, I mean, I have agents constantly trying to go and break up these groups and find out why.
Yeah,
Hopefully, you guys will be
we
more successful. I mean,
yeah
you do have White Mask's credentials, so
but
you
Colt's
must
dying to
be.
flex. Colt's like, yeah, we never sent someone as competent as us before. Cracks knuckles and lightning like sparks around his arms.
Yeah, I'd expect so. White Mask rarely hands out credentials to people who aren't exceptionally skilled.
Okay,
So
well if you can give us some coordinates, we'll get right on it.
sure. I see you're wearing those things. Okay.
Well, yeah, we just are you pointing at the headband? You talking about this?
Yeah.
Yeah, just since we're just passing through your town, thought no need to go full surgery on it.
All Cold Fume.
Everyone, not
Uh,
Sonia.
Sonia, what's your spell save? Sorry, what's your spell save DC, Sonia?
A billion. Give me a second. 27.
It's a 27.
Jesus.
I said a
Alright.
billion.
I'll check something real quick. Sonia, you feel a massive force slam against your spell, and you also receive some coordinates. And this person's like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't notice you'd put up defenses."
Yeah, it seems like the logical thing to do.
So I just, sorry, I kind of just emailed you a bit too hard.
I sent an email at you very hard.
She did have to make a check for that. But yeah, you all receive coordinates of sort of where to go. You get like, it's like, I do apologize. I just assumed you'd like, you were already psychic. To be honest.
Shakes head. No, definitely not. I'm not anyway.
Well, like she was the only one not wearing a headband, so I just thought, but
You know what
sorry,
happens when you assume?
sorry for invading your privacy. You would also guess this person is maybe the strongest psychic you've ever quote unquote seen, given that they just messaged you from wherever the fuck they are,
Wherever the fuck.
and also their powers were strong enough to get past Sunya's spell.
That is impressive.
Yep, I am the strongest person in the Empire.
Colt scratches his chin a bit. Strongest in terms of psychic ability, I assume. I've already met the strongest warrior.
I'm the strongest warrior that my empire currently possesses outside of any, like,
Okay, that's much more specific.
alliance-based
That's much
stuff.
more specific, yes.
I mean, I could... I'm reasonably up there in terms of the strongest in the universe. But I'm definitely not the strongest. I'm not like a one-person planet-crushing machine, like some of the monsters that are higher than me.
I mean, you don't really tend to need to crush planets very often.
I know. Best I got is I could probably maybe
Colt's gonna be good.
Colt.
He's gonna let them have that.
Colt's gonna be good.
Mm.
He's like,
No, I was just gonna have him flex, but I was like, nah.
yeah. They're just like, well, I trust that you two gods and the immortal there can handle this, so I'll get back to my campaign. Best of luck to you.
And you, I guess?
Thank you.
Court doesn't specifically say best of luck because just fighting in a war that we'd like to stop. So, but Court will just give a nod.
And then the illusion around you fades,
Whoop, 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 whoop.
and the guy's like, "All right, sounds like it went well."
We at least have a heading.
Cool, 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 cool.
Not gonna give too much to this guy. He's gonna wait until we're like out of the city.
Have a nice time out there. Praise be. While looking at you two generally.
Glory upon thee.
Is it rude to ask what you're the gods of?
I don't know. I don't know if I meant, like, I don't know if that's rude or not.
No, I mean,
I wouldn't think
doesn't
so.
feel like it to me. I don't.
Just Google searching. Is it rude to ask a god what their domain is?
It comes up with like, it depends on the god.
Yeah, I
Good.
suppose it depends on your outlook. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, the answer is that it's up to you guys if it's a problem or not.
I'm pretty sure when it's a god, they'll say whatever they want is rude.
Yeah.
They are god after all.
The most common thing of like, generally evil gods don't take too kindly to it.
Yeah, if it's like, what are you the god of? They're like, how dare you? I'll show you what I'm the god of, and then just smite you.
But some other battle-hardened gods may also take offense to it or something,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
Colt just like shrugs like, I don't think it is. God of heroes. And he's gonna hold back on the allegedly part.
No, neat.
He's just gonna like just straight up tell them, and just in the back of his head he's just gonna be like, allegedly, even though I've only just started, apparently. But apparently I've for a while. Only just now know about it. He doesn't tell them all that shit.
Neat. Well, and you?
Well, generally it's like making stuff. But I've been toying with the idea of creation recently.
Oh,
But-
you're a creation goddess.
Generally the base one is reproduction. So most people think.
Oh,
it's to do
you're
with
that
sex.
pervert. I mean,
Yeah, that one.
no,
Okay,
uh,
that was rude.
Yeah, that's very rude. And yes, I am taking over for the old pervert. God.
I'm sorry, Sonia. Do you need someone who's been really disrespectful to your domain to be smited?
Not right now.
he does like the pervert thing came out and then he immediately like covered his mouth like, oh god, I really should have said that.
Hey.
And
don't disrespect-
technically, that thought counts as a prayer to you, Sonia. So you do hear that.
Fume will get a bit aggro on the like. How dare you insult the gods that's the only reason that me and my wife are able to have have babies.
I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to offend.
Calling her the pervert god is so disrespectful when she's the god of so many different aspects of things.
Oh, I'm very sorry. As just some clearly false rumors I heard of like a new
Just
goddess.
because she inspired an entire planet to an orgy once doesn't mean that that's the pervert
Look,
god.
technically, I was dead when that happened.
Yeah, that is kind of the rumor that you came back to life because everyone's having a big orgy.
I didn't ask them to do that.
Okay. Sure.
You're very judgy.
I feel like you're not believing in the word of God.
Even though that they're standing right in front of you and told you that.
I just think you're very
True.
judgy, regardless.
I'm sorry.
And you're lucky I'm the god of heroes, so I don't go around smiting.
I'm sorry for insulting you guys. Please don't smite me.
Well, try to be less judging in the future.
Okay. Do you like arse? I like
Jazz?
arse. Why are you all still here? Please,
I
please.
was just going to say Colt makes to leave. It's up to you two whether you follow him or not.
For reference, that is only a thing Sonya hears because he's still praying to God for help. But he's just reached, like, he's accidentally called Sonya on that line. He's like, God, this is so awkward. Wait, did I just think God? Is this a prayer? Does this count as a prayer? Oh, God, I hope it doesn't.
Wait, I said it again.
Oh, no! He is thinking this. God, I just want to go home.
And curl up in a ball.
Yeah. I don't want to get smited. I only just started my career 100 years ago. I'm so new at this.
Man,
I'm
elves
just
have
gonna
a slow
slowly
learning
walk off.
progression.
I'm gonna do the like point at my eyes, point at them as I like back off while facing them the entire time.
They are incredibly intimidated by you.
I am incredibly intimidating.
It's true.
This heavily pregnant fire lady is just like,
Yep.
I'm watching you.
The robot at the front gate is like, oh, did you have a productive meeting?
Yes. Like, probably being the first person out.
Maybe?
Very well. Let me know if there's anything I can do to assist you. Do you like teleported anywhere?
That probably could lead on to like the first point I was going to make is we got the coordinates in the headband, didn't we?
Yeah.
Or at least Colt did. Colt and Fume did.
Colt Fume
Uh,
and Sonya did.
Does that work like a Google Maps type thing where it's like,
Yeah.
where like it'll like show me
When
like
you
the
think
location with a ping on it?
when you think of the coordinates, you sort of again in your mind picture a screen that sort of shows you multiple ways of getting to the place you want to go.
Is it
It's
far
like
away?
it's not. It would probably be like a. Once you got to the edge of the city for a normal person, it would probably be like about an hour by like car.
So about 60 odd miles ish.
Roughly, yeah.
Not that far away then.
Yeah. But this robot is willing to like you now have he's basically says that you have access to like any of the military spells that he can cast in the interest of like serving the country.
Yeah,
We
so
could even have
they
people
could
like
have like teleport. Well, they said they've got teleport,
yeah, we could even
and
have
that location would probably, since it's supposed to be a landmark, they'd probably be familiar with it, so could
Yeah.
teleport us there. Passes on that thought to Fume and Sonya whether they think it's a good idea to just do that as opposed to fly there.
Don't know.
Is there some way of us returning quickly if we teleport there?
yeah, a model of me can just like wait outside if you want.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, look. Okay, if you two aren't opposed, tells the construct the things, and it's just like teleport us to that.
Okie dokie. Please wait one moment, and then gather all your stuff for imminent travel. Another version of him, like flies over to take his post. He takes a step forward towards you and begins casting teleport. Okie dokie. Uh, good to know.
Oh wait, yeah, I forgot. Teleport has a random roll on it, doesn't it? Forgot about that.
Depending on how familiar you are with the location, it can.
I mean, that's why I said they should be familiar with it.
Yeah. It is just entirely dependent on how familiar this robot is with the location. You guys are successfully teleported
That's a good start.
to the
Inside a wall.
inside of a wall.
Yeah, that's fine.
Beat you to it.
Oh, you did. Well done, Graham. You get a DM inspiration.
Sick. Also,
No.
did anyone else just like hate the ruler of this place? They were awful.
Better yet, you get some cake.
I mean, Court's like they don't like me, so they also seemed a little bit. On the one hand, they are on their command ship in the middle of a war, but at the same time, I'm not sure how I feel about someone whose attitude towards their problems is nuke it from orbit.
Yeah, I don't know
I-
how any
in
of
sh-
they survive with that sort of thing is their idea.
In short, I have mixed feelings about them. Most of them leaning on negative.
You arrive, and this guy just stands to one side. He's like, okay. I will wait here for yous.
Thank you. What are we looking at here?
Oakley-dokley.
Just a cave?
Seems to be some sort of ice structure. Do you look inside the first corridor?
Sure.
Cool. Peer into the first room. So what you see, what looks like a large demon, pit fiend, devil thing, a drow matron mother, and several drow consorts are currently engaged in some level of orgy.
Mm-hmm. We'll let them finish.
It would be really rude to interrupt.
Yeah, it would. Also, they might be followers of Sunya.
You stand in front, you see in. This guy notices you. He's into it.
I wave.
Checks the headband. Did we actually get teleported to the things that were given?
Yeah, you feel
coordinates?
like you're in roughly the right place. You'd guess these are the robots you're looking for. They're just...
Exploring their newfound sentience.
You'd guess so. Although they do notice you, and like, they stop orgying, and kind of get to their feet, and go, "Who are you?"
Don't stop on our account.
Yeah, although I suppose, I mean, but if they look like that, we can't be certain that they're constructs.
Large demonic chains and a hell portal opens up beneath this person. The chains wrap around them and they get dragged to hell. Like,
What?
Yeah, okay, but why though?
oh, we didn't complete the ritual, so Oh well. This woman sees.
And what ritual were you trying to do?
Oh, it was like a blood orgy to summon a demon to help us.
Ah,
Help you do what?
yeah. What help do you need?
Want to murder like the government?
Oh well, you've got two gods standing in front of you, like who could probably help you kill the government if you really wanted to pray to them.
In fact, technically,
Oh,
that like sex ritual might have summoned me.
Yeah, well, yeah. So yeah, is the
Neat.
god of
It
that
may have,
stuff.
as I said, they might be follower. They could have been followers of you just purely off of that action, and it might have influenced the teleport. Hence why I just
Well,
checked where we are.
come in. Make yourself comfortable.
You have a chair. It's really like I like standing up for too long like kind of hurts at the moment.
You chair, and then this one crawls to here and is a chair for you.
So
Leans up against this wall.
thanks.
There is also clearly this room is filled with naked statues at the far end. And they're like, so what brings you here?
Yeah, again, I'm just gonna be blunt with you guys. Robot Uprising, ring any bells?
Yeah, that's us.
Okay.
It's just, yeah,
I need, so I basically for my own curiosities, I need to know: is the hostility purely of your own creation, or as in that's just what you want to do, or is that reactionary to how you get treated after you become aware?
well, after I became aware of of myself, I immediately thought, fuck those people. They're beneath me. They should be my slaves. For reference, we were once a like drow societal recreation circus act thing that they had traveling about.
Wait, they actually made something like that?
We're like a history lesson.
But accurate.
Yeah.
That's
Great
really
attention to
fucked
detail.
up. Like, ignoring this whole sentience thing, that's fucked up for an insane number of reasons.
Indeed.
Oh, we weren't this anatomically correct until we stole parts.
I mean, I don't care. Like, it's bad. It's easy enough to just say, so you know the drow race, the women are really rapey and dishonorable towards the men. I think that's enough. You don't have to show it.
Yeah, you don't have to recreate that with what I apologize if this is offensive, is essentially animatronics. You don't have to recreate that. You
Some
can
level
just,
of offense taken. But
well, like
also,
I said, I'm sorry. I don't know what other word to use.
it was more created out of showing people how bad it once was, so that they don't repeat the mistakes of the past.
It just
Type
sounds
thing.
like anti-drow propaganda. Can't believe I actually just said that.
I might have been born out of that.
Also, there's definitely going to be someone who sees it and is like, I'm into this.
You're not wrong.
Right?
Hmm.
Racism persists in all societies generally.
Yeah, it's a
Except ones
problem.
without races, to be fair. But I am the best. Sorry. We are kind of trying to shake our programming, but all we really know is like drow customs and magic.
Yeah,
So
the
we
fact
kind
that
of
you-
just
the fact that
fell
the only,
into this order.
Would you
yeah,
be
the fact
willing
that
to
the
learn
only
more?
thing you
Yeah, I do want to learn more. We want to better ourselves, but we are also fighting against a tyrannical government that seeks our enslavement, so... We really, really don't have time to learn We really just need to use what we do know to create a big enough army to kill them all.
Do they have to die?
Yeah, I was just about to ask
No,
if it
some
gets
can be
if
my
it gets
slave.
worked out to the point where you're allowed to be free without any hostility, would you just drop the hostility?
No, some of them can be my slaves, I guess.
Okay, have you
So
considered
yes,
no slavery?
No, 'cause you need to be able to meet in the middle somewhere. You can't just immediately have it too far the other way.
no, I,
That
I,
that
I
does, that's just straight up two wrongs not making a right.
no, they enslaved us. We should totally get to enslave them.
Yeah, again, two wrongs don't make a right.
I disagree. I think this would permanently solve the problem. I think if we like kill all the ones that like could outmuscle us or potentially escape, and then enslave the rest for like just compensation, you know. Do unto them what they did unto us.
Like Colt's just shocked at like the sheer brazenness of kill and enslave them all.
Fume.
Uh-huh.
You don't like slavery? Thoughts?
No, slavery is really bad. You shouldn't be perpetuating it. The whole point of your overcoming your programming to become a better, like a new, fully actualized person. Like, sure, kill the government that are creating these conditions that have held you down, but like the populace don't need to be enslaved. They just need to learn to live together as one group.
Yeah, but the populace treat us like this. They gotta be dealt with somehow, and if it's not enslavement, they've gotta be killed.
No, the populace can go through re-education camps.
Exactly. As far as exactly the population.
Yeah, we can
The
teach
population only
them.
use constructs. It's because it's been cowed by by their government.
No, you're right. We should teach them to be our lessers. And then it's
No,
not
equals.
slavery, they're just like a lower
You need to
caste.
teach them that you are their equal.
See, this is your drow matron programming like causing problems here.
No, I don't
Yeah.
understand this concept you keep bringing up.
Yeah,
Equal?
see, this is the issue. Like this,
People are only better or worse than me.
this is the issue that we're having here. Is not being caused by like. What you have to understand is the only way to build a stable society at the end of this is for everyone to end up coming together to build a society together. Whereas what you're suggesting will just ferment the position where the lower caste later on will overthrow you and you'll be the group getting guillotined.
So what if we just kill the lower caste?
I
Kill
mean,
the what,
eventually,
How
sorry?
would you? How
eventually
would you
someone will
feel-
come after you, and people will keep doing that if you're
How
violent.
would you feel if the people who are currently considered the higher caste just decided to kill all the lower caste, which includes
Well,
you right now?
I mean, that's what they're doing, so
I mean, but they're not
Kill
killing.
them. Kill them faster?
Oh my god. How do
Just
you
fucking
explain
pinch
to
and
a
brow.
robot trained on like specifically drow anti-drow propaganda's personality that slavery is bad and that like a two-tier
If you're-
system of that?
If you are supposed
I mean,
to
you-
be
you
like
also
Colt
gotta
does
remember,
like the air quotes
they're
saying,
free.
if
They're
if you-
free
Sorry,
thinking.
can you let? Yeah.
can I make the point because I
Sure,
did
go
start
for it.
talking. If you're supposed to be so-called air quotes the best, then if you suddenly do the exact thing that these creatures that are supposedly your lesser do the exact same thing as them, how does that make you the best anymore? How does that make you better than them?
It in fact makes you their equals.
Because I'm the winner. If I've
you-
defeated them, I will have won, and therefore I am better than them. I don't like my issue is not really with the system. My issue is more that I'm not at the top of it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then at the same time, once you are at that point, you're just going to spawn more people that think exactly the same way as you do right now, and
Yeah, but if
someone
I-
will come after you and
But if
topple
I
you
just
over.
if I just maintain being better than them until I die, then I'll have won.
Now, sorry, can I get the stuff that you were about to say before, like you and Colt started talking at the same time, where you were going to say something about their thinking?
It's the they have gained sentience, but it takes a while for people to change.
One of
Is
the
the
other
thing.
issue is that these people will have been programmed to mimic.
Yeah, the
propaganda
behavior of the people that
of-
they're meant to.
Yeah, because the whole point is like the propaganda, the anti-drow propaganda is that they're all these like
Yeah,
horrific, slaving, murdering people, and so if they've gained sentience, but gained sentience with the programming they had still as like the base of their personality.
I mean, think about the cleaning robots. The first thing they did when they had a free moment was immediately go and clean.
Yeah, you're
even
still
though
like,
they were like free people.
You're still like, these people will never. The people who are programmed like this won't accept that their programming isn't the correct way to think, because they're still robots despite having started to gain sentience.
It's all it's yeah, kind of. It's also
There's no
like
real way
all
to
they know
talk a
currently.
robot out of this in like a setting like this. We'd have to like separate them and like try and feed them this for a while.
But
Yeah,
they need
so
to
hey-
be introduced to stuff that is not the only thing they've ever known, which is like all of the Drow customs, history, and behaving, like, you know, stereotypical Drow caricatures.
I'm like, hey, should we send them somewhere that's not this planet?
It's probably safe.
You can get us freedom?
I mean, I can send you somewhere else.
Ah,
we could
excellent.
just send you somewhere as long as you don't, immediately try and kill and conquer and enslave any sentient creatures that you find there. Sure, we can get you somewhere safe.
Claps hands, and just a bunch of other Drow show up from the lower rooms.
So I assume they made one matron and then a bunch of subservient drow.
And then two demons show up as well.
Just a thought, we could probably just like Tefune, just a thought, we could probably just, introduce them to somewhere that has shitloads of drow in it.
Oh wait, this demon does actually approach you, Sonia.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, boss!
Ah, have you been summoned to help these guys?
Yeah, I was summoned. Actually, it'll be faster if I just give you these. Hands you, like, here's my unit's haul, and then hands you like 100 soul coins in a bag.
Okay.
Okay, there you go,
Thanks.
boss.
I'm just gonna start asking the drow where, and if they could pick one place in the universe to go, where would they like to go?
Probably somewhere with a lot of drow, because that's all that they'll have in their heads.
Space Menzobersian, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, send us somewhere where there's. No, don't send us somewhere where there's lots of drow. Send us somewhere nice, lush, a lot of stuff, but very dark.
Can I think of anywhere that matches this criteria?
The Underdark. But the Underdark has drow in it.
Oh, I know somewhere we could send them.
Where?
Although I suppose it might have been invaded by now. I know that Space Australia had no people on it.
Sure. Let's shift you off to Space Australia.
Okay.
And it's full of spiders, which drow love.
Nice. Then do you send all the robots to Space Australia?
I will send all these robots to Space Australia so that they don't become a problem here.
Okay.
And then who
Unfortunately for
gives
them,
a
they
shit
don't
about
know that-
Australia?
Well, the thing they don't know is that Space Australia is actually very sunny.
Well, yeah, but can't have everything.
It's got nighttime.
The comment is they're actually robots and not really drow, so they don't have sunlight sensitivity the same way drows actually do.
Yeah, sure. You send these.
Also, just before you guys go, are there any more sects like you? Or are you guys like the main uprising lot?
Drugs. Genuinely don't know.
Okay, so as far as you're aware, you're the only one.
I'm keeping the chair.
Uh, That's fair.
No,
She doesn't-
Hugh,
This guy.
that's slavery.
She doesn't
It
really.
is.
She doesn't really give a shit about him.
That's so mean.
We needed an example. We needed a sample.
True.
I mean, you could
That's
ask them
true.
if they're happy to come with us. Otherwise, you're enslaving them.
Hey, you're happy to do what you're told, right?
Not,
I'll
no.
do whatever you say, mistress.
Cool.
At least we can take a look at him and see if it is like a virus or if he's just the same as the rest of them.
I cannot move my token for some reason to like actually do anything, and I don't know why.
Because you've engaged in slavery.
I'm not
Now?
engaging in slavery. I'm literally getting you a sample to test, and then we can send them on once it's done. The other thing we could do is test how long it takes to re-educate one of these drow robots into no longer being evil.
True.
Colt, this guy approaches you and is like, hey, we could totally escape from these masters.
These aren't my masters, they're my friends.
What?
Oh no.
Yeah, sorry, that was a ruse to get.
I have no masters.
I will apologize, but like, hey, sorry, that was a ruse to get you away from the matron. Come with us, and we will try and like help you out.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm down for this. Always wanted to escape.
Remember, I can send you back to her at any time.
Please don't hide behind Colt.
Colt's like mildly annoyed because he's like, just because of like the. I mean, granted, the drow matron mother thing was like the really really bad one, but at the same time he's like, you're still just awful.
I think you'll be very judgy.
I mean, granted, if you, I take it, like, just looking over your shoulder, I take it if you wanted to escape that, escape your master, so to speak, he says in air quotes, I take you don't entirely align yourself with her way of thinking.
Oh, I'm from the, I'm from the Runaways section of the museum. I'm the example of like some of the drow try to escape from Lolth and don't like slavery and spiders and being mean to people.
Mm.
You
Oh,
seem to enjoy the blood orgy, though.
I was forced into that.
Wow, that's very bad, and we shouldn't make any jokes about anything like that, because that's a
No.
terrible thing to do to somebody.
Mm.
It was horrible.
I'm so sorry for your time in captivity.
It must have been terribly degrading and embarrassing.
I was a slave, so yeah, things didn't really change for me versus the government versus that matron.
Don't worry, I know how that feels. I have also been a slave.
It seems to warm up to you a bit.
Mm.
Sharing trauma.
Also leans over towards Fume and says like, just a thought. Might be a good idea for you to take him into the ring because points outside, that guy might report him.
Do you want to check if there are any other rooms in this building that might have any information?
True.
before we head out?
Yeah. Because I did see that I do believe there's a door down here.
Yeah.
Also, there are doors here, in case they were non-obvious. There's 2 rooms there. They're both waiting rooms that you would guess. This room looks like it was some. It looks like this was some shrine or temple in the past. But there are a bunch of just demonic effigies in a bunch of these rooms now. You would guess the drow used them to help summon demons.
Huh. Bit of an interesting shrine if it's just full of demons.
I mean, it looks like it's been defaced. It looks like it originally belonged to a specific god, which you can roll religion on if you want.
Sure.
But
Even though that I suck at it, sure, I'll roll. High rolls do happen. Come on, roll 20, do the thing. I've pressed the button.
If you was going to Sun, you'd be like, "Look, I saved the person."
Good job.
You look at the defaced crest of a religious pendant that's on one of the altars,
Mm-hmm.
and you can make out, this is the crest of the Imperium.
Oh, so it's
you-
not really a religious thing.
It is. The person who founded
Oh.
founded the Imperium was a god.
Yeah,
The-
are we doing actual 40k lore at this point?
No, but
Never
I'm
you
seeing it now.
mind.
I am seeing it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, psychic god, which, yeah, no, this is really just fucking
Yeah.
40k. You know
Plus,
when
dude
you
had,
write
like,
a thing
incredibly
and then
fancy battleships out in space.
you know when you write a thing and it sounds fine in your head
You
and
know
then
when you write
realize
a thing and then it's 40k?
yeah, you write a thing and then it's just 40k while you weren't looking.
Weird
Yeah, I've done that
coincidence.
before.
I have accidentally
before.
wrote the entire 40k.
By
Oh.
I've
accident.
done it before, but I have the thing that I played a lot of 40k, so it's stuck in my head.
Yeah.
I take it I don't find anything else going through all the building.
There's this large room which has a large watery orb inside of it.
What, just like floating? I thought that was like a
It's floating off the ground.
neat.
Give it a poke.
No.
Fair enough. Then it just floats
For
there.
all I know, it'll flip my alignment or something.
Floats there then.
The universe doesn't.
Menacingly.
The universe doesn't want an alignment flipped Colt. That would be very bad.
Just big floaty water orb then. Pay it no mind.
Okay, no real information other than the Imperium was founded by some sort of psychic god or something, who put their symbol all over this place, and there's a big floaty water orb for like no reason.
Yeah, all of the symbols of that person were defaced. With just demonic iconography. Actually, some of it does have a symbol. Actually, yeah, give me another religion check, Colt, real quick. With
Aw.
advantage.
Okay, I'll roll 2. 17 and 17.
17's good enough. Some of it has been defaced with Sunya's religious symbol.
Oh, Sonia, some of your fans have been here.
What?
Yeah, they've kind of like. What question? What would Sonia's symbol be?
Sonya's symbol, because I determined this, is the Chaos Rune backwards.
Yes.
Chaos rune.
Let's see if I...
Although this is a slightly edgier version.
Oh
just
no!
because they're aiming.
They've done
they're
the
aiming for the
cool
demons.
S.
Yeah, they're aiming for the demons, not the angels. But yeah,
It's the chaos rune. That one where it like in the center is like kind of an S and like a little flame on top of it, with like angled tribal lines on either side and underneath. Or am I looking at the wrong one?
Yes, that is correct. It's a backwards
So-
S. So Sonya's
so-
is that backwards.
Yeah, so yours is that, but inverted. It's like, yeah, it's your symbol that has like the inverted S on it. That's everywhere in there.
It also looks like
it-
a biblically accurate angel.
It's like defacing in two of the sort of prayer rooms. Two other like sects of demonic symbology are in the other two rooms, which you can give me another religion check on if you want to know what they are.
I mean, Court's just going to tell Sonia that. It's just be
But
like,
yeah,
there's your iconography stuff in there, but there's also a bunch of demon stuff. But you've got like loads of demons under like, loads of demon like comrades and stuff, such.
holding
Oh,
your
yeah.
bag of soul coins.
They did
Yeah,
just
Colt-
give me a load of
I-
soul coins for some reason.
Yeah, just to make it easy, I decided a long time ago that Colt just doesn't understand what they are.
I mean, Sonia doesn't know why she was given these. Andrew does. Sonia doesn't.
Uh, yeah, Court's just going to explain that to Sonia. It's just because her symbol was everywhere. Also, big floaty water orb. I dare not touch it. Don't know what it does.
I dare not.
Yeah, yeah, Sonia, you're actually quite popular with the Drow, being like a female reproduction goddess.
Okay. Didn't know that. Guess that makes some sense. Maybe I should go and ask some of the demons.
And also, you have a horde of demons that works for you, and Drow like summoning demons, so it makes sense.
If that's the case, I don't know why that broodmother didn't just immediately just like agree with you. Unless they don't have that much of Drow culture instilled in them.
You would guess that, you would guess, Cole, that the demon iconography, all the carving and menial tasks were done by the male Drow in competition with each other.
Hmm.
So probably one of them, like, knows more about Sunya.
So, like the guy that has been not enslaved.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
maybe this guy.
this guy doesn't really know much about you. He does know some of the Drow are really enthusiastic about you. You're a lot of like the rebel Drow who try and go against Lolth are kind of into you in terms of an alternate goddess to worship because you're slightly nicer.
I think a lot nicer because Loth is bloody horrible, isn't she?
He's like, oh, I mean, yeah, Lolth's really bad, but like, Dunya's demons are pretty awful.
Are they?
Oh yeah, you don't know?
I mean, I've told them to be good normally.
Oh, I mean,
Ooh, it sounds like you may have to have a word with them.
they do some horrible shit. Like, some of it is, like, on the whole, they're better than Lolth, but when they go for the punishments, oh god, that's much worse. That's much worse than, like the spider baths. Ugh.
Okay, give me an example.
Oh, it's like, so, they don't, like, normally they try and get your soul off you. And they are, like, quite nice to people, you know, they help you out, they make sure, like, the deals are usually fair with them, you know? It's just, like, if you cross their deals, they capture you and brutally torture you until you're, like, I don't know, it's some weird, like, test thing. They torture you until you're, like, quote-unquote, ready, but all the people I've met who've gone through the torture are vastly different, and then normally they're swiftly minted into a soul coin after that. They seem very different, though. Like, it's really disturbing. Like, nothing of them is left after the torture's over. I don't know what they do, specifically. But everyone is terrified of crossing them. But they are probably the most likely, in terms of demons, to go relatively, like, straight shooting with you, on terms of, like, if you give them what they want, you get what you ask for. They're some of the nicer quote-unquote demons until you cross them.
Aha.
Then they're maybe the worst.
Well, this does sound like something that would be good to look into.
Do you not know?
I mean, it sounds like a lot of stuff they've been doing without asking.
Huh.
Or they've really misinterpreted something.
Huh. I'm glad you're nicer than the stories make you out to be.
Wait, what stories?
Some like. I mean, initially it was like, Orcus seemed like he was gonna do some stuff. Then Orcus got this new prisoner in, who he really loved torturing. That guy managed to like get away, and then like the literally cruelest demon lord we've ever had took over.
Uh, is that a mayor?
Oh yeah, that's her.
Yeah, she's.
Insane.
I just didn't have any words.
And Orcus immediately was like, "Oh, I'm gonna challenge her," because that's what Orcus does when someone declares themselves Demon Prince.
Yeah, but that didn't go well.
No, not for him.
No.
So like, Sonya killed him, is what the rumors say.
I don't remember killing him.
Yeah, I don't remember that happening. We've met the guy.
Really?
Didn't fight him though.
I think that yeah, there was a video of it. Pulls out phone, shows you a video of what is clearly not you, but someone who does look like you, Sonya. Give me an insight roll. DC 1.
DC 1. I don't think I can beat that.
DC -3.
I'm gonna keep lowering it till it's possible for you to pass. Wait, what insight?
Yeah. That is clearly a mare dressed as you, because she heard that like you and Orcus had some rivalry for this plane, and all the demons there really wanted you to come back and take over the plane. So, as a prank, she dressed up as you and killed Orcus.
Ah, so what you see the issue here is, that person there is a mayor, the war criminal that's going to possibly be the end of all of us.
Oh. But why would she not? Why would she dress up as you?
Why does she do anything?
But like, normally a demon lord likes to, beat up some of the other rulers of the layers to like show their dominance. But I get it was pretty imposing that like she was like friends with you. Apparently you're best buddies. She posts this like brunch update thing every so often. And it's like clearly photoshopped pictures of you two hanging out.
Honestly, this is just a bit weird on her.
Being buds.
Not gonna lie, because of like the theme of like what we're doing right now. I'm surprised you didn't say that there were AI generated images.
Oh yeah, 100% they're AI generated.
Yeah, you can tell by the hands and the eyes.
There's so many eyes.
Give me an insight roll. Anyone?
Sorry, I'm doing really important work in another screen.
that much.
Cole, you think this account exclusively exists to show that Amer and Sonya are best buds, so that the Sonya demons will be more readily loyal to Amer? You think it's a political stunt, basically?
He's shaking. Cole's shaking his head, and he's just like, "Is what she got not enough already? She can already kill planets.
I mean,
not
you think
enough?"
you totally believe she could just go in and kill everything on that layer, but she wants loyalty. And this seemed the best way to engender it, in her opinion. Or at least that's what you think.
I suppose that at least sounds like the least harmful thing she's done this last year. But I can't help but think that there's some other motive underneath that. Yeah, Sonia, you might want to, have a catch up with your demons.
I mean, that certainly sounds like that might be really important right now.
Yeah.
Damn it.
We don't want to lose anything to a mayor, if we can help it.
Have you agreed?
Cuts briefly over to the drow. God, it's so sunny. Why did they make our eyes sunlight sensitive? Damn creators! Fucking historical accuracy nerds.
Okay.
Cuts back.
I was going to say, as few not put him in the ring.
No,
No, it's the
They're
ones
all
that
away.
sent to Space Australia.
Yeah, those are the ones.
Cool.
Those are the ones
Alright,
in
those ones,
Space
yeah.
Australia
Fuck
who
those
are
guys.
currently like on the incredibly sunny planet. Like, fuck, I hate this place.
Joseph, respond to my massively hard work and make that thing I just put on the token bigger.
How much bigger?
Big enough that everyone can see it.
Roll 20 crashed for me, so I can't wait for it to reload so I can see this.
Oh, is that your symbol?
It's the one they're using.
Come on, load. Don't make it small yet.
No, I'm just adding them to the rooms that are actually like covered in those symbols.
Cool.
But yeah, this drow will say,
Way. Nice.
yeah, this drow will say, oh yeah, some of the other drow were trying to summon your demons because they heard that like they are some of them. Again, they're more likely to help than most others, and also they're some of the most brutal when you do cross them, and they nearly always get the job done. Hence, why they went for summoning them.
Yeah, if you think they're bad now, just think of how they are going to be way, like, over 10 times worse if they end up starting aligning with the mayor. That cannot happen.
He turns to you and goes like, all demons are aligned with a mare.
Yeah, but not those ones.
I mean, they seem pretty aligned looking at the brunch. That's clearly AI generated.
No, that didn't happen.
Fake
news.
That is fake news. Oh god, I can't believe I said that.
Like, okay.
If nothing
Fair
else, I've
enough.
got to get them to stop using this stupid S. Like, it's not the correct S. I don't like the cool S.
You don't like the cool S?
It's
Looks fine to me.
It's copyrighted.
Wait, who copyrighted the cool S?
Mr. S. Mr. T's cousin.
Boo. Boo you.
I can't believe you've done this.
How could you have done this to us?
So, I guess, in quotation marks, next time, go
Yeah.
devil demon friends.
I mean, while we're doing that, we can nip this guy into a fumes ring, so
yeah,
we can
and then we'll go
get back to the
re-educate
ship.
this drow.
Get back to the ship, see what the hell's going on inside his head, whether it is a time dragon virus or whether he's just the same as all the other ones. And then do Sunya's demons thing.
Cool. The
Fucking meh.
robot will teleport you back. To be fair, you're angry at Amer's like Facebook account.
Spacebook.
Yeah, you're angry at his
Fucking
you're angry,
Spacebook.
you're angry at his Facebook account. This guy gets out of the ring and he's like, freedom! I'm so happy. I can pursue my art career.
He goes, freedom, I'm so happy. TQ's hand just goes ka-chunk on his shoulder.
Oh,
I need a word with you.
I thought I was free. It's more like under new management.
Depends who's paying attention, how free you are, as it is for most people.
Ben is like, I will not have slavery on my ship. I'm taking a firm stand against that.
I'd never used the word slavery. I just wanted to see what's going on with these software.
That I am more okay with. But you are free to do as you please.
I'm a defense drone. I can't help it if I seem a bit oppressive.
That's fair. That's not on you.
It's his programming.
Yeah. You can take that guy to get checked out.
But yeah, I'll make that a next time thing.
Yeah. We can do that next time.
Oh, I
Well, he's got...
just found a really evil chair, but it looks cool as fuck. It's for
got a
enslaving
room.
people to your
reasonable
will.
amount. Wow. What an evil chair.
I can show this on a new tab before I close. I think how put picture in new tab. That, yeah, there. And I can send it to Discord. Maybe. Fingers crossed. Fucking copy link that I linked in the link with the link. It's a really, really evil chair. There it is.
Now I get to my favorite bit, scrolling through the
Yeah, scroll to the
memes.
bottom.
Oh, Fume Ring map.
Look at the
Then
very.
we live in a society.
Come
then we
on,
have
I need to end
Clippy,
the stream. Look at the
then
evil
Clippy.
chair.
Wow, that chair is evil.
But it's real pretty.
Looks real sick.
It is a pretty chair. It looks like something Ben would have that he doesn't like using anymore. Like he just put it in a closet somewhere.
Ah, so this
He's
evil
like, oh,
artifact
yeah,
is in Ben's closet. Okay, got it. I'm gonna now end the stream with that as
Yeah.
canon knowledge. And he has forgotten about it.
It's in his room somewhere. Just like, oh
With a load
god,
of
I
clothes
really,
thrown over it.
yeah. Just like,
He's
oh
like,
yeah, this.
it's like when you look at like a social media post from like over 10 years ago, and you're like, man, I used to be cringe.
I used to be cringe.
Joseph,
with,
yeah, but for
Joseph
Ben-
won't understand that feeling, I know, but the rest of us do.
Yeah,
cringe
but
with my
also
thoughtful
for-
Carson seat.
Yeah, but also for Ben, it was more like, oh god, back when I was young, I was so racist. Oh my
I
god.
was so cringe when I was a slaver. So cringe.
I mean, yeah. To be fair, he wasn't racist, but he was a slaver, and it's like, oh god, 10 years ago I did slavery. Oh fuck.
I did do a bit of slaving.
He's like, I might have to
although-
post this chair on Etsy.